morning. But people, man, it's Question Friday again. Bwembanyumiza lwaki tutandise leeti bwe tuti mujja na kuseka naye nga mwasuze mutya. Are you people doing well? Nanaye Emma webale kunkoonako already mbadde nsimbulanga. How are you, my people? Question Friday. Yesterday we did an inspection. Yesterday we did an inspection. I'm going to be telling you that story as well. Yes, good morning, my 22 people. Thank you guys for waiting. I saw 10 people were already waiting when I came on. Apparently, guys, don't ever get too tired. I got too tired yesterday, and because never saying Anchimanyi that today is Friday and that it's a public holiday in Uganda. Now it's not a very big public holiday in my mind. I think that's why I ignored it. But it's in government, it's kind of a big public holiday. It's what they call Liberation Day. So it's a big public holiday. My kids are not going to school either. Mama Aban is not working either. For them, they recognize the public holiday so much. Me, I have to go to work because akajobuna kukemanya. But yesterday we kind of got a lot of jam and we got home late. And when we got home late, I slept and my mind told me today was Saturday. So today morning when I woke up, Mama Aban was telling me, you have to do a live broadcast. And I told her, but today is Saturday. Nice. And then it hit me that today was Friday. And then that's when I scheduled the broadcast at 7:30. But regardless, we move. Good morning. But then nzikula ugeti ne Emma kwe kunkubira. Excuse me. Emma, practice in now. I'm doing 30 kilometers per hour for the guys that don't know. It's just that on these Maram roads, someone can actually think you're doing 60 kilometers per hour. This is why I pass where I pass, by the way. Let's see it because the road is very smooth. I know, Joe. I'll think about that as well. Good morning. Amanya hedine kubo bubuli fukatosobola kusomera ko babi manya. Amanya kanyuma kusomera mukajjamu awo. So you remember, guys, I don't know if I told about the national water accident and the old man. Yes, I did, on the very day that it happened. And I actually think that old men should be retiring. That's why they tell us to have kids when we are still a little young, so that by the time you get to your 60s, you have your kids that can be driving you. Yeah, you have kids that can be driving you, or they make call and so be. So yesterday, an old man hit me from behind. He hit my rear door. So I have to buy a door today. Give it a boot. So I have to buy another boot today. because it's a motor young. It's not really that bad, but I don't want anything on the car, so I'm going to put a new boot today. And the person that did hit me again was an old man in his 60s, and you'll be surprised he was driving a very old Nua. It's one of the reasons why we got home late. He didn't have money, and they were all there making us converse and converse. So we eventually parked their car somewhere and told them they should come and buy a boot. But I know they're not going to buy a boot because they literally don't have money. They don't have money to maintain their car. So I don't think they would have money to buy a boot for me. But I made sure that they park their car somewhere and go on foot for them to learn. Now, this is where it comes to all of us. Fifi, Nze, Emma, Antonio, Joshua, Abatanda Bakuzala, the guys that have gotten to their 30s and you have not yet had kids. It's important that you guys actually have kids now. Why? I realize there is a man I know is in his 50s, and he has a son. And now this is one of the rough points. From here on, it's a little rough. So this man, he has a son. His son is getting to his 30s. So then he has other sons that are in their 20s. Ochitege, right? Chikulaga chichikaga atenga na yeye agenda ku university na asoma. And he has like 2-3 women, I think. He has had his kids with like 3 women. But at his age, taina anytime wagenda kutuuka nga ayinza okubulwa omuntu amuvuga, to the extent of driving in his 60s. It doesn't make sense. Now, mwabasajja abazadde na mwabakazi, I think we should strive as much as possible. Train our kids. Bwe bakulakula mu mwana bwaweze emyaka 17 18 muyigirize motoka, mufunire driving permit. Okay? So that when you get them a permit, then let them drive. I have an auntie of mine, ayina abaana bamanyi okuvuga. Naye tabakiriza yadde okuvuga emmotoka ye. Ayagala yabajevugira oshegera because bagikulubulako once. And I find that it's a very primitive thinking. Oyina akamotoka katono ka milioni 2 toyagala mwana wa akayigire mbolifuna obuzibu olikola ki noyagala akuvuga akutwale mu ddwaliro atomere emmotoka agimalewo. So yesterday what I saw in the situation that happened was that this old man doesn't want his child. Yabaddewo n'omutabani we ndooza tamwagalira ddala avuge, kyokka omuvubuka ali myaka ndooza nga 24. You get? Naye kati omuzeeyi myaka 6 ovuga oti emmotoka ekiro ssaawa 4. Amaaso gaba tegakyakola bulungi. Your reflexes are not very as good as they used to be when we were still in your 30s and 20s. Why don't you give someone who is in his 20s to drive? Then omuzeeyi kye yakoze yabadde alemesa wa taxi kumuyingiramu. Kati ate ng'ekyo kintu, remember guys, I've been telling you lose nothing wa taxi bwakuyingiramu naddala nga tomanyi bulungi mmotoka oba emmotoka gy'ovuga mbi. Emmotoka ze bayita Nua, for the guys that have those Nuas, whichever Nua it is, the braking system of a Nua is one of the hardest to time. So bamakanika abasinga tebamanyi kutiminga brake system ya Nua. Era nagivuzeemu emmotoka kubanze nagivugidde gitwala bwe twagiparkinze. And I realized emmotoka eri yabadde tesiba bulungi. Okitegeera. And then I told them, say, they can't go no, a job for Gaboto and Golemso Moto Kuyingidam, Katabalos Yegel of Kuzesa. Which again, and the Muzei was there, the Taina ticket, Yabadem Morocane Chaliwe, Gaunya no Mwenge. Which again, Kugamba, what way Yaka to come and Emiquano Joko, and Nadaranga, Bobato ina mun your talk. Emiquano Joko, Rajuna, Gina Chikuyamba. Sengomze, you banner to call in your guys, omuseyo senga yabadde na mukutoke n'emikwano gye yali badde najo gyali badde n'ettooke. Nzikyovula njagala mwena mufune ssente tugende tukaddiwe nga ffenna tulina ssente. Kati nga bwe ntomera kabuutu nga ne bayatomedde kabuutu kange bwe bangamba kabuutu ka mitwalo 4 nkubira bukubuzi Emma na Antonio mumpereze ya 2 nsasule omusajja ono tuki nga muwa ssente ze nga agenda nga nange nvuga mmotoka yange nga ngenda. But you can imagine, I made a phone call, they told me the price of a boot, and these guys didn't have money. even 100,000 I'm telling you. Ninga batudde mu mmotoka abantu abakulu basatu abaddemu omukyala kuba mmotoka nadde ngitwala ku poliisi omukyala ya negotiate nze tutugenda ku poliisi emmotoka yaffe enkadde tujja tutuuka eyo biki and I had them kati bano abasajja abalala bano abasajja bombi nga bwe babadde nga tebaweza mitwalo 10 yadde ku ssimu ate you guys ebiseera ebimu tugenda nitwogera ebintu bino ne mulowooza nti oba Arthur ayogera abalaata oba mukama ye yamuyambako alowooza buli omu guys sikyakuba nti tuyambi mukama yankwatirako nnyo. I also struggle, I'll tell you this. I also struggle like everyone else. I do things ne bigaana. Okitegeera, I do things ne bigaana. I invest in places a lot of money ne zifa nga buli muntu yenna. But I also know that when I'm 60 I won't be giving such excuses. Okitegeera, I won't be giving excuses of byagaana. So you don't stop, you don't give up. Tomorrow morning you wake up and do the same thing that you were born to do. Yesterday the gentleman that we helped inspect alunda nkoko, but I think he's one of the biggest farmers in Mityana. He's a big farmer in Mityana, and we were talking and I was telling him, you know what, nze narunda ku nkoko ne bigaana. But Arthur, you get those issues, but you don't give up. But now I'm one of the biggest in Mityana. Yaruze nkoko, alunde ezize, okitegeera nesente zeyaguzemu emmotoka nga yazijja mu nkoko. But nze mu nkoko siddayo. Okitegeera kati kankubi n'ebyange nange kati ng'omuntu w'enkoko bw'ateekamu emiliyoni 3 enkoko zonna ne zifa. Okitegeera nange bwe nkwata emiliyoni zange 6 ne mbako wenzissa ne zifa. Ng'omanya ezo zifudde. Tomorrow morning you wake up and invest more money. Because in your 60s you will not have excuses. When your kids are looking at their peers, nga bazadde baabwe tebabamenya. You guys get what I'm saying? Nti bazadde baabwe tebamenya bannaabwe kubagamba nti ate emperezaayo sukaali. Ogenda kubowooza ki? Nti nakolanga nga ne ba Emma bakola. Nze ebyange byagenda ebyaba Emma byayitamu. Okitegeera? There are certain things that we want people to talk about in our 60s. Okitegeera? Nga tosobodde kuweerera abaana bo batuusa ku university. There is a video I was watching. Nize notuuke ku gundi. I want you guys to see this environment. Notuuka ku chorus. I want you to look at me as I say these things. Nti, there are friends of mine that I know. One of my mechanics was telling me like 2 years ago. He was telling me that every million jakola agenda gisalirangako omwana. And I was telling him, that's in like 2020, the lockdown. I was telling him, abana babiri bamala. And he was saying, Sara abana, bichi. Toyinza bale mereri wanze. Sigenda kuba mwavu, that's what he was saying. Nemugagwe bagayi bwe nzala abana babiri nzenda kuba mwavu. Nzala abana bemanyi benjo okusobola okulabirira. Nange nsobola okuba ne retirement ewooma. Okitegeera. Fast forward, this is 2023, and his mind totally changed. He no longer wants to have the multitude of kids. I know man from 2020 yali agamba nti buli million agenda kizaira omwana. And as we speak in 2023, chamanyi na yali above broadcast, he has more money than he had then. But his mindset totally changed. Tachayagala kumulirwa abana. I think because he has been exposed, he's more land, he has seen more people that have money and don't have a lot of kids. And I think sometimes the excuse people give is that bwenzala abana basatu bonna bwe bansala kati kanzale 10 abatano bwe bansala mberemu n'abatano abalungi abatano abalungi bakolere ki? It's like you're planning to fail so that your kids look after you. Nti abatano bana abati basobola kukulabirira omukaaga bakulabirire okitegeera. How much is that back door of the Ractis? I think I'm going to buy it about 400, between 400 and 500, depending on where I buy it. Also depending on who has the color of my car, because sagara kufuwa. So depending on where I buy it, I might buy it about between 400 to 500. It can even go to 600 depending on who has it, what extras it has and all that. So you guys might end up seeing this door in the podcast studio, the next recordings, because nalo suggest sina chengera okuja nga kadi ukole butter tuongere yo bwekati naye abate tekoza arrangement eyo ngina dujjako tuteke mu studio wali mubenga mulabangako. It's bad parents that don't teach their kids how to drive. We had a car and our parents never wanted any youth to touch it. It's a very bad thing, by the way. Good morning, people. So today is a public holiday, so I don't expect jam. So I'm driving straight to work. People like Mama Abane are already employed by organizations that have some humanity. Now these are the days that the women go to go do their hair, do shopping. They don't do good them. They don't do good them. So guys, because it's very important. It's very important. I did a TikTok video the other day when I have one national water. The day the national water guy knocked a wish, and it was an old man in his 60s. So yesterday again it was an old man in his 60s, and I can tell you from the time the guy knocked me, he had blacked out. So now I was only negotiating with the woman in the car. I was negotiating with the woman and the son. It was only the people, those two people. Ngakuliko oli omusajja mukwano gw'omulala nga ye mutamivu waddanga nga talinako nga buli bwayogera bw'atyo owulira omwenge. Naye nga the mutamivu, the only thing the mutamivu was doing was saying bambi tusonyiwe, and I was telling them nze mbasonyiwe kinge moroka yange mu eyo boot teddawo. Because, and by the way guys, for you guys that are buying new cars, you need to understand these new cars buli kye batomera tekiddawo. Bw'osalawo mbu ogenda kugolola ogenda kwonoona, okitegeera. Zine moroka empya bwe bakoona ku lugigula lulala totawaana mbu nkagende bagololemu. Otherwise you don't care about the quality of your things. Okitegeera. Kati ze ngenda kugula bootu. I'm going to buy a boot because that's how you keep your car in good condition. Ne moroka mpya sijagalako yadde akantu. Okitegeera. A morning with you is not regrettable. I mean, I think since you're driving direct to work, they don't yise kasubi kawala kale kaje mampita kirabika mu misinga yo. Driving is a skill you should first learn from their parents. Definitely. Nzabana bange, you'll be surprised. Njagala bayigiza okuvuga emmoroka nga balina emyaka nga 10 ate kati tuzimba ennyumba zina compound sijja bafulumya bweyo munda mu kikomera okuba kutomera kikomera kya taatawo akizeewo akizimbe myaka 10 nga batabani bange bayiga okuvuga. We don't want to have an emergency in the house, and we don't have someone that can help take us to wherever we are going to get help, or someone that can go get help. Sawa munana ogw'ekiro okutambuza ebigere bw'oba osobola vugawo, okitegeera. And that's why people in your house should know how to drive. Actually, onako olwaleero ngenda kusasula sente za mamamba neza permit. Onako olwaleero kuba amanyi okuvuga naye talina permit. Kati ngenda sasula learner's permit tujijje ndoza next week in like 2 months or 3 months, but we permit yaffe ngenda kati kusasula permit ye. Because kati nkoye n'okwevuga buli kiseera alina okunvugako nkole broadcast nga banvuga kati ebyo mbikoye lwakuba naye mugayavu ye mwenyini teyeepushinga ayagala buli kimu taata w'abaana akikole ate nammwe abakazi kino ekintu mukiige wadde bbaawo nga bbaawo ali resourceful naawe yiga okwepushinga, okitegeera, yiga okwepushinga naawe mujjukize tulina okukola kino tulina okukola kiri, okitegeera, so that things actually move. Kati ekintu ekya driving permit babi tegenda kubeera yiye. Why would I have to be the one pushing her? Because the take area driving permit. Are you driving without a permit can get you locked up to 5 years, by the way, if you didn't know. So that's why I can never allow her to drive ngataina driving permit. Eri mukyala ewafa asobola okuvuga naye eno okitegeera ate n'eri mukyala avuga ntuddemu simukiza avuga nga sikola ki because she doesn't have a driving permit. So guys, the learning bit yesterday was iragi naita wali when park is the more control and event tebaji bio naye when najitadde tebaina na babajjawo when najitadde eringa domain yange. Good morning Arthur, you're late though banange kambadde mumbabulire why I'm late today. I thought it was a Saturday. Yesterday we twabadde mu ebintu kuzeyinga ntomedde jamu twatuse waka very late. When we got home very late, I slept, and I knew today that like the urbans were not going to school, and for me like that's a priority for them to get to school. I slept, and then it rained a lot in the night. Tanka zange ziba distance okala amazi naye naye katona ininge ejabo zazzemu kati zirimu amazi kati I can go for another like 2 months. Tezajjudde, but I can go for like 2 months nga siraliikiridde mazi. That's why I think everyone that is building right now, the first thing you should think about is water tanks. So that like as you, every time it rains your tanks get full, and I recommend you having 10,000 liters of storage. Me, I have not had to worry about water in a very long time. Every time that I'm empty, it rains and the tanks get water again. It rains, and I wash my car every day. Every day I wash my car. So I use some quantity of water. I use some amount of water. But my tanks never get empty. Having water tanks a plus for you. Emma, tuogere baba ku WhatsApp. Nina idea yo bambi. I have your idea. We were talking with Mama Aban yesterday. We were discussing a lot of options yesterday, and ideas came to me, but I can't share those ideas with everyone. I can share with Emma, because Emma was in a situation that where he had to make decisions that we are making with Mama Aban right now. We have to make with Mama Aban right now. We have to plan for the future. So Emma, tujja kwogera ko WhatsApp okubulire. I can't read comments though, but mulaba lole yo nga bwe dangerous. Eyo lole yennyini esobola okutiipinga neegwa. I don't know where law enforcement is, but this lorry would not be allowed to move. It should not be allowed to move. Ogirabe mmoroka eyo yennyini eguddemu ko ku lubege. Kyokka ng'ovudde mu kugwa ku lubege atissa amanda n'agateekako paka eri waggulu. Si mabikke, tegaliiko migwa, tegaliiko ki. One mistake like this ensawo y'amanda eyo esobola okuvaako n'egwira omuntu n'egwira emmoroka. Ogirabe emmoroka bw'etambula. However, what traffic asobola okuleka emmoroka eyo n'etambula gwe nakukwata emmoroka yo teriiko mipiira. But this car is more dangerous. Kuba ne bwogenda n'otula ku mipiira nayo terina mipiira. Terina mipiira, etisse bubi, frame yennyini ya chama. Because if you look at the chassis of that car, the chassis ya chama. Okitegeera. Actually emmoroka yennyini era ekitandise tambula ku makya basuze bagikanika. Okiraba. And it's also dealing in things that are dangerous for the environment. Amanda ago. Even at 8 basobola okuyiga. Yesebo Emma ngambye gwe Mr. Emma Kafero mukisa ngambye gwe sebo. Tugenda kwogera ku WhatsApp option nzirina ezizo. We had a discussion about it some time ago. So guys, question Friday mubuze bibuzo. Yeah, I'm going to reach a point and start reading those questions and answer them. And yesterday I was also having a discussion with someone. He got in a situation where he separated with the wife. Omukyala namulekera ennyumba. Baba bakawukana n'omukyala ng'omukyala amulekedde ennyumba ate ye n'afuna transfer. Ne yesanga nga we yazimba gayaza. Ne yesanga nga we yazimba, he can no longer live there because he got a transfer to Mbali. So he was asking himself, what should I do with the house? The wife, we were separating, the wife went and got, the girlfriend, wife to be got married somewhere else. And he was asking himself, where? Katimulaba that nuwa by the way nga bwengenda maso n'emboozi. Eyo nuwa n'ogikoona ku boot boat. Teddamu kutereera. Oba olina kugula boot ndala for the guys that have been buying new cars. I think that's one thing you need to take note. Obo inagula butu ndala. Okitegeera. So never rubaluji. That's why you need to be careful. Be careful with how you overtake, who you overtake, who overtakes you, who drives beside you and all that. Chechimu chechiri kajitwaring yako simanyi oba mukaraba bulungi. Butu yako bagikoonamu. Naye butu yako bagikoonamu neegoomamu. Tesobola kuddawo. Kati there are some cars ezema bigako nga za bazikola mu material yemu ne moroka zineepya. Like that G-Touring gye bayita G-Touring Super. For the people that are passionate about G-Tourings, they know. Antonio, I think you know the G-Touring Super. Bode yayo eringa ya moroka zino mpya. Wogikonna mbweti tebasobola kugizaawo. Okitegeera. Bwe bagizaawo tesobola kuddamu kunyuma. Okitegeera. So obo inagula kati eyo kigege bagizaawo. And besides that's a commercial car. The beauty of it doesn't. So and I think you guys that's the reason why you see the majority of these new cars we bakona mu emabega. Niwe bakagola tekaddawo bonna babula bikabubi. So anyway, this gentleman was asking himself what should he do with the house. Kubanga omukyala bwe yanoba, she took most of the things definitely mbamanyi. Babyo munju babitwala. Enyumba nasigazaamu kitanda mu faliso ate naafuna transfer. Okitegeera. Kubanga omukyala bwe yanoba tebali balina omwana ne basalawo bamuteeke wa maama w'omukyala. So ebintu by'omwana byonna biri wa maama wa mukyala. So this guy literally has nothing in the house and he was asking himself what should he do with the house. Okitegeera. So we were talking with him and for me because we had this conversation with Emma ngagende ebweru, because for the guys that have not followed Emma's story, Emma yabagamba bayawukana n'omukyala, so he's single. And Emma nakwata omwana we n'amutwala ewaabwe w'omukyala. So Emma has a house, a very beautiful house that he finished, and ngatamanchi akuzaako. In the beginning I was telling him to put a lodge there. I don't know whether he went forward with it, but if in case he didn't go forward with it, kitegeze moroke enyumba etuddawo eri empty. Okitegeera. So I was discussing with this gentleman. Twabaddewo abasajja nga bannanga twogera. And the viable option that this gentleman went with, enyumba agenda gimenyaamenyamu. Akole double rooms. Enyumba bali bakole bazima enyumba ya bisenge mukaaga. Achaina, because he has a big land, aina plot is at 250 by 100, 350 by 100s. And he's no longer even interested in living there. So he decided enyumba yagenda gimenyamu bisenge bibiri. Okay? Zibere enyumba 3. Azipangise emitwalo 22. I don't know if he can get 200,000 in Gayaza, but he's in a location ali Gayaza Manyangwa. So his location is actually a little bit prime. His location is a bit prime. Nemwe bantu mwe katika mbayigirize motoka oyo musajja wannu abaddawe tamanyi motoka. Bwoba wetango dda to your right. Ng'ogenda kuva ku kkubo dairy side taxi ejja gyeva. Da makati g'ekkubo. Mu makati g'ekkubo in the middle of the road. To give space for people that are behind you to move forward, to give space to the people that are going in your opposite direction to also go, so that you can let the people move nga nawe bwe bakuwa obuddo osale. Totekamu indicator n'osigala mu line. Oba abantu bano bayigirawo emmotoka bannange. Kati gaya ataddemu indicator ate n'asigala mu line. Fene tuyisa nga tumanyi oba akyamadde eri fe tuyisa. Kumba ataddemu indicator the side fe ate gye tuyisiza. But these are things that are basic. Some people should be going. I think nature chintu echo bali badde bakikulu kubanga bw'obeera mu nsi eziri develop like the US, ekyo ekintu kyakoze bakikukubira ekipapula because it's poor driving. Nefe wana abasirikale bafuba bali kukimukama atusaasire. So guys, yagambye agenda menyamu ennyumba, ayinawo akasente azimbewo n'emizigo emirala giwerere ddala. So agenda kukola a 50 by 100 emu agijjuza emizigo. Okitegeera ateekemu abapangisa. Okitegeera. Then ye kyabala nti awantu wawe benga bamuwe millioni 2 ku 3 every month. Because wabanga buli nyumba nze nabadde mbazenga agenda funa emitwalo 15 per month per room. So baba funa emitwalo 15 kitegeeza already these three houses zimwe emitwalo giba 75. Kitegeeza sente zalina senga azikozesa n'agattawo ennyumba endala wali aba asobola okufuna millions ebbiri nga bw'azaagala oba essatu every month. Okitegeera naye kati bw'okola emizigo then you also have to put management. Kati neyo cost management alina okugibala oba agenda zikwasa ba property managers buba mwenga sente ze buli mwezi buba sooloze afterwards. Kati awo kyonna kyanaaba akoze yanaaba akimanyi. I found that was a viable option. So you guys, what do you think this person should do? Aina transfer mbale, aina nyumba, taina kyagenda gikozesa, tayagala gireka mu relative because ba relative ebiseera ebimu obateeka mu nyumba yo they simply take it over. Okitegere nyumba yo bawamba mpambe. Ate nga ebintu bino byetukola tubikolera abaana baffe. Okitegeera. And Emma, then bwe twamaze okuva mu discussion eyo twaze, then twogera ne mama Abba naffe ne tubako discussion ezaffe. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Ojja kugira ku WhatsApp twogeremu. If possible, we can rent out the house until further notice. Yes, Abdurrahim, one thing I think about you renting out your house in Ngeri, just that house the way it is that you may never be comfortable to come back to that house. Oyinza obutaddamu kubeera comfortable kuddamu kubeera mu nyumba eyo okipangisa yonnanga namba. Why? Abapangisa bano ekisooka boonoona. Ekyokubiri abapangisa bateeka ebintu mu mayumba g'abantu. Okitegeera gwe nga nannyini ng'oyinza obutaddamu kubeera comfortable gibeeramu. So nga ate if you rent out, if you decide that katino kagibeere mizigo sidda, you can collect money n'ozisaving ku account ne ziwera even if it's like 10 years. Ezo sente zikusasulira rent nga ate bw'otereka sente. And then in the end Sanji Phone Solutions, I bought the jets bano bagayi bayita ba Inco along Kampala Road aunge wali gundi ya Crane Bank nakagula emitwalo 46. But it has worked for me. I can wash my car every day without hassle. Zisikia sasula sente za washing bay. So you guys, nze enyumba eyo gye wazimba nga yo wakubeeramu nga n'otukana tosobola gibeera mbu ogipangisa. In my thoughts nze ngamba wali badde ogiwaayo lumu. Wali badde ogiwaayo lumu n'osalawo nti now if I've given it up bagipangise kabagipangise omulundi gumu sijja kugiddamu. N'omanya nti kati nkuŋŋaanya sente, n'omanya nti that's one of your properties gyeri. Hajara zaawo comment mbadde ngisoma n'ogidelete gizeewo. Hajara put back the comment. So me I'm thinking bw'opangisa ennyumba yo at any one time bambi togiddamu, oyinza ogifuniramu ebizibu by'otali agadde. So in my thought bw'osalawo nti ennyumba kangipangise, gwe tolowooza nti ogipangisa temporarily, bwe kitwala nti ennyumba eyo ogipangisiza it's one of your properties egenda kubeekuwa ssente. Okitegeera gwe kyoba otwala egenda kubeekuwa ssente giveemu. I don't know if I make sense. Ogyesonyiire ddala. Bw'oba okyalinawo space nga bwe babadde bagamba oli omwami kati ye alina plot 5 ku 13 agenda zizimbamu emizigo emirala abale nti awantu awampe milioni zange 3 buli mwezi. Kati engeri gyali nti akolera Mbaale kitegeeza rent w'Embaale wa layisi, kitegeeza ajja spendinga nga emitwalo 3 ku rent Embaale. Bwa spendinga emitwalo nga 3 ku rent Embaale amanye nti akakadde nkawa baana kagenda kulabirira mwana wange kusasula fees and all that. Amanye nti ate senga abasobodde ofunayo milioni 3 amanye nti akakadde nkasevinga kakunzimbira nyumba ndala. I don't know if I make sense with what I'm saying. If I make sense, you guys, what do you think? Because that's, for me, that's my question for today. But for me, that's my question today. What do you think that someone who can't live in their house that they built should do? Me, I'm thinking, it means it means that kyonna ekikujja mu nyumba eyo kikulu. Bwe guba mulimu it's important, more important than you living in that house. Chitegeza, it would make sense for you to just rent it out or yes on you. Eri jokola ojeyo sente nga siza ku maintaining eno nyumba nga za kukunganya kuzimba ndala. I don't know if I make sense. A friend of mine tells me every day, musajja no mugagga nnyo. He continuously tells me, Arthur, obugagga bintu. It's property that makes you wealthy. It's not money. It's property. Chitegeza, you don't get property and sell it off. Don't get property and sell it off. Or Chitegeza, I think in a way he influenced me to not sell my Corolla. Tinzenga ine moroka yange yo Corolla. Chiba chizibu nnyo kubeera awo obwavu ne bunnuma nga Corolla yange weeri. Kubanga ate omuntu yatunda Corolla kati sente milioni 10 ze nali ntunda Corolla ziba zaggwawo dda. Okitegeera, ziba zaggwawo dda sente ezo. So nga ate omuntu alina Corolla ye kati ng'eri mu Uber emuwa emitwalo 15 buli wiiki. Okitegeera, afuna 150 every week. Teyenkanankana na muntu yagitunda. Kitegeeze milioni 10 ze nali njitunda already nafunako de milioni ya sente. I don't know if I make sense because a million nagiweza dda nga ate gunnawera na mwaka omwaka agenda ogigweramu ng'empadde sente nga ate nayo weeri. That's what my friend says, obugagga bintu. Like every property you get, if you don't have to sell it, don't sell it as long as it can give you money, because then you'll start making profit very soon. Okitegeera, obugagga bintu. How much is the old filter? Kamfutuke mujamba nange nsome comments za mwezo ndakajamu kongenda kasanga sure deal wadde today public holiday ba government na ba planned employees ba maji ya public holiday. So question Friday, guys, you can ask the questions. Ekibuzo kyange mukitegedde, omuntu nga alina ennyumba nga yagizimba naye nga katasobola kugibeeramu, because sometimes we don't plan properly. Kale katugambe nti we plan but we don't know what will happen in the future. Okay, so omuntu nga yazimba ennyumba ye nga agibadde agibeera namu naye n'atuuka nga takyasobola kugibeeramu, what should they do with their house? Agiwe relative wagibeeremu, agipangise nga bweri, agimenyeemenye? Me, I find that the change okugimenya chiri better, because then you're not getting one employee to pay one tenant, because ompangisa omu bw'agaana okusasula ofiirwa nnyo naye kizibu nnyo okubeera n'abapangisa basatu bonna ne bagaana okusasula. Okitegeera, sente zo batozirese wamu. So nze ngamba okugimenyamu kiri much better. As a matter of fact, ennyumba eya room ebbiri oyinza n'okusanga oli aleeseemu abantu bangi, naye ennyumba eya room emu majority of the time it's single people. It's single people. Kitegeeza single people okusasula kuli much more eminent. Okujjako ate bw'okola nga double rooms, ennyumba gikwase ba property agents, bo bakwenga sente z'omubuddo, baba kuwa emyezi 5 in advance, bo ne babanja ne balabirira n'okulabirira property, because ennaku zino they are property agents nga bo basobola okukolera ekintu ekyo, ne balabirira ennyumba zo ne babanja, bo ne bakusasulanga. Then ekirala, you guys, kyenalabye people that don't know how to drive kyebakola, temuwa moroka ziri maso distance. You people should give cars distance. Give those cars a distance, so that emoroka yo bweberi muka lose mukusiba totomera. And by the way, guys, while speaking about the boot, neyo primogida babogitomera boot tosobola gigolola, oyina gula boot ndala. I literally think emabega moroka zonna boot, you just have to buy a new boot. Tesobola kutereera with all cars in emabega eno ne maso tewatereera, just abantu bazimbya mitwe ne maso tewatereera. Kakabe kadenti katono, kwanza kadenti akali ku buutu yange si kanene, mbenge nateka ku buutu ndale moroka yange esigalenga enyuma. Hello Arthur, they should put it on rent, because remember, if you break the house it's a big loss. How do you think it's a big loss? You're not breaking the house, Victor. You're simply partitioning the house to give it more rooms. Ngaziri divided. It's not a big loss. Me, I actually think it's the best decision. Bopangisa nyumba yo mulundi gumumbo muntu akuwe emitwalo 5. omuntu w'emitwalo 5 oba 6 bw'agaana okuwa aba agaanye lumu. Naye bw'oba ogimenyeemenyeemu nga mulimu abapangisa 3 oba 4 tebasobola bonna gaana kuwa ssente, era mujja kubaamu omu agaana okusasula bali abalala bakusasule. Kitegeeza you won't be making a loss. I don't know if I make sense, Victor. I have to ask, is there a wish of 1.5 litre? No, there is no wish of 1.5 litre, Antonio. Good morning, Arthur. Can I get a RAV4 single door in good condition, 10 million? Yes, Massey. I recently helped a lady get a RAV4 short at like 9.8. You can get. Agaba Francis, good morning. Katikanzire waguru jamu katandise ngenda tandikira waguru eringa bwemba. So Matusime Eddie, good morning. Bridget Kakai, Wabuye Nelson, Muyombia Mark, Joshua Mugalasi, Martha Director, Martha Academy, Paul Sema, Mr. Richie UG, Moses, his King Daniels, Prosi Bravo, Sanji Phone Solutions. Munange lero Sanji, I don't have someone a car to inspect with. I don't have anyone to inspect a car for today. Mubandete banange by inspecting the motoka. And people, when you recommend someone to come to me, bambi mubuli the sentence. Yesterday someone called me, he wants to buy a car, but they told him I inspect for 300,000, an amount that I've never inspected for. Because remember in the beginning I was inspecting for 350. You remember that? 350. Then we went to 400 in 2022. No, 2020, 2023 we went to 400. You remember that? Yeah. I think the person that recommended him to me, I helped the wife inspect. And then all the people that have helped their wives inspect have paid 400,000. No one sent me their wife and they paid less than 400,000. So I told him Bakulimbi, because I know all the people that I helped inspect. Derek Lule, good morning. So the food for thought today, guys, for you to take home is that you're in your 30s, have your kids now. I'm telling you this, you don't plan to have kids. Have your kids now. Because if you're 30 right now, if you have a child now, your child will stop school when you're like 55. At that age, even at 18, umwana olumala erevu abasobola okuvuganga nakutwalako. Omwana wo obutabona buno osobola omugulira akamotoka nagenda nga ku campus nga yevuga. Si bibi bannange, si bibi. Tekuba kweraga, tekuba kwonoona mwana, by the way. Era bannange nze abaana emmotoka njabba emmotoka nze saasobola kubifuna kuba taata wange teyaliiwo. Naye ate taata wange ne bwe yali baddewo yali musajja w'abaana bangi, sisuubira nti yali bisobodde ebyo. Okitegera yalina ssente, by the way, I think he died at around 40. Naye mu family yawe yali asinga obugagga, yalina taxi nga alina zi Costa. Naye abo abasajja ababira bwe batuka manyi bazaala bo tebalina buleeki, abanga gwe baatuma abaana. So I know he would have had like 100 kids by the time I went to campus. Kubanga musajja agenda ofa myaka anadoza nga alina abaana nga 10. Omulimu ye yali agukoze bandibanga bayita namu. And from different women, kubanze mama wange yanzaala nzekka. Ayina ye wajazaala nga abaana babiri, basatu, bana. Ayinza n'oba abaana 10 baali bayitamu. Kandabe baganda bange, step brothers and step sisters, I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only know 8, by the way, but I'm sure there are others. Mpozi mugambe tuyiteeka wala kali ateka stamwogera. Derek Lule, good morning. Travel Life Vlog, good morning. Semusu Wilba, good morning. Chigozi Stanley, good morning. Emma Cafero, good morning. Kisembo Jojo, good morning. Council Patrick Asiku, good morning. Cosmas Agaba, good morning. Wakula Johnson, good morning. Hassan Namugera, good morning. Semusu Wilba Nakumaze, Babuziza. Edwin Mugerwa, good morning. You guys, I'm going to put I'm going to put a vote, a poll for you to vote which days we should have an evening broadcast. Which days should we have an evening broadcast? You guys have to vote on anything, everything. I'm a democratic person, by the way. Since I question mvana wanokuongeza sena ninja gana bongeza paka nkaga nimgama mbongeza paka 450. For the newcomers here, the price that I'm charging for pre-purchase inspection was so the price the inspection fee was voted on by the people here. It's not my brain child. Umulabi mwana wa boda. Choka banaku. You guys. Emma wants to inspect. He's planning to surprise Martha with the karai. Nze nabaga Emma ne Martha batuzanyira ku bwongo luliravu yali nyingi ndoza ne baga katuchitoninga mu katubalimenti tetukyali fenna. JK Arts, good morning. Studio 93, good morning. Ronald Muchwa, good morning. How is UAE? Augustine Blues, good morning. Omwana wa boda mumune bye wabaddaje choka naye network ya Airtel bulwe baake jjaka abantu bakati jjeka abantu banga abiri balamu. Good morning Chris Da Vinci, good morning Hajara Mubiru Abdurrahim. Sibabuzizaako mwena. Lucky Moze, good morning. Lucky Moze agambye abazadde ababibi bagaana abaana okuyiga emmotoka ye yakula nga tebabatikiriza kuvuga mmotoka ng'ebisuuzo babba bibbe. You guys that have kids, banange, you have to teach your kids how to drive. It doesn't make sense for you to be driving in your 60s nga gwa avuga emmotoka. Why? You can't tell me that in your entire family gwa ina amagezi weka agavuga. Tikisoboka. Like driving a car is a basic skill. You can't tell me that in your entire family you can get to your age, to age 60 nga gwe kagwa amanyo okuvuga. I think since you're driving direct to work ekyo nakimaze. Lucky Moze yagambye kids should learn driving from their parents. Other truth be told, countries like our Uganda, trust me, our people lose much within the years of hustling, and most of us, we end up reaching 45 when we didn't achieve exactly what we planned. Auntie Kakati, Sunday has said that people lose a lot when they are still working. This is where we need to kind of pull our socks up. Nadara katifa abachimanyi that there is a chance of you getting to 50 when you have nothing. So if there is that chance of you getting to 50 when you have nothing, what are you doing about it? Which again, things like partying, going to the clubs every night, drinking expensive wines and booze and spirits every night. Things like only buying expensive cars. Things like buying expensive phones. Which literally like right now Samsung Galaxy S24 is out. S24. S22 techankolera. Like you ask him, okay, what are you going to use the S24 for? Gatalina. He's just holding the phone for people to see that, okay, I have an S24. Waliwo abagala enkwata 3 eyes. Okitegera okwata simu ya milioni 5. Nenga webakubuza ebyobugagga ebirala by'olina toyinaawo. We need to try and invest, and I think one of the biggest problem of people that are in their 60s kuzaala nnyo. I'm telling you banange bwenkyogera bwenti abantu abamu bagamba mbu kiki, but I'm telling you nabanyumiza story. One of my relatives twali mu ddwaliro nga mukyala wa yafuna accident. Ayina abaana be ne bajja n'emikwano gyabwe. Mikwano gy'abaana be ne babuuza muzeeyi naye kati gw'okyakalako ddi. And then the muzeeyi said nze sikyakalangako nali mpeerera bano. The muzeeyi ng'awayogera wali myaka 6 oba mugumu nali ndabirira bano. Okitegeera kati kitegeeza everything that he was not able to achieve, he's going to send nali ndabirira bano. And it's a lot byatasobola ku achieving. It's a lot. But I'm telling you, nti omuntu gwenjogerako essaawa eno ekyobugagga kyalina ge maka we wantu ewali amakaage. It's like the chechobugagga kyalina okitegera talina birala okujjako nga senga aba ya savinga sente ezo savings agenda okujja mu bank zajja okujja yakoleka ebyobugagga naye nga is clearly kubanga abantu abo abamu ebiseera ebisinga they make sure they take their kids to expensive schools oba kale to good schools kati newesanga nti buli taamu afulumya ekitono miliyoni nga 5 mu kuweerera abaana okitegeera kati ate obuzibu obuliwo with our economy nti abaana obaweerera mu masomero ag'ebbeeyi ne bamala okusoma nga n'emirimu tegiriiwo because it's exactly what happened. Kati nga abaana bo wabasaamu sente nyingi naye nga atera ku sente ze nyingi ze wabasaamu they literally can't asobola okubeerawo emyaka 10 nga sente ze wamusaamu just in second tasobodde zikola zijjayo okitegeera. So it's important that we get the number of kids betagenda kwekwasa in old age nti wali ondali ndabirira mmwe kanze ba abani ngambe ekwasaako ki okitegeera ba abani nabazaala mbalabire nange nesobola okusavinga sente zange nange nesobola okukola ku ebyange ebinambeererawo mu bukadde okitegeera. So that's something for us to think about, especially nadamu abatanazaala abaana bangi bw'oba wabazaala dda ng'olina bangi already tokyalina kyakkola tokyalina kyakuzza. Stanley Arthur Munange, me I'm married naye those are our African ladies. When she gets a husband she relaxes buli kimu gwakola yabeera asobola just ekirungi comment ngisomye n'onaawulira naye abeera mu kusobola ayagala ne permit ngende ndoza ne testing mukolere ebirala abikola naye bino ebirala bya nti kati tatabane asobola okukikola ekyo akikulekera gwe n'okifiiramu okitegeera. Good morning Juma Ronald Arthur even at 8 basobola okuyiga. I agree with you. Jombwe Juma, let him sell the house, rent the house out. Wabuyi Nelson. Jombwe, why are you saying that the person atasobola bera mu nyumba agitunde? Selling a house is actually a very hard thing. Simanyi oba mukimanyi. Me, I've ever sold a house. Selling a plot of land is easier than selling a house. Selling a plot of land is easier than selling a house. Kalemwa Samuel, Joseph Baliku Dembe, Emma Nsanji Phone Solutions nakuzemu comment obeda sina nyingi weziti. That's a tricky thing. Selling it wouldn't be like a likable advice, but the great thing to do, because renting it out, I don't think in Gaza you can get value for his asset. So selling it out would be a better choice. Stanley agitunde butunze nyumba akivemu nebwebe musara yaka sente, because there are two options. He can actually sell the house bwatunde nyumba eyo nakwata sente ezo naziteeka mu kintu ekiyinza okuzizaaza. But you know the issue with Uganda is that you can invest money in a business nezifa bufi mpozinga or investing in things like kati obuzibu obuliwo nti ne government bonds. The previous financial year government did not pay people that lent it money through bonds. Kitegeeza kati abaawula government last year tebafunye sente okitegeera. So kati n'okuwula government through bonds kiyinza obutaba as profitable. However, also will take a sentence on like schemes like UAP. They have a scheme where you put money ne bakuwa omulaba omusajja wa tax obusiru ate nga dduka waliwo ebintu ebiseera ebimu bw'oba ovuga ng'osala bw'otyo togira naye kati maama abani anaasobola okuvuga emmotoka mu kibuga nga yeekangakanga nnyo. But you guys, I've learned, I developed thick skin. Ekibuuzo kye nababuuziza mu ddiiro, omuntu nga alina ennyumba naye nga takyasobola gibeeramu agikolere ki? The situation of the person that I'm talking about, bayawukana n'omukyala, omukyala n'agenda n'afumbirwa ewalala, omwana ne bamuzza ewa maama we, ate ye omusajja n'afuna transfer, kati akolera Mbaale, ennyumba tasobola gibeeramu, kati yeebuuza agikole ki? Twabadde mu discussion y'abasajja nga bana, ne tuvaawo nga conclusion gye tuli nayo agipatitioning agipangise ekyokugitunda. Selling a house is hard, by the way people. Simanyi oba oli wana yali atunze ku nyumba, ennyumba tetundika, era omuntu atunda ennyumba n'agitunda mangu agitunda at a loss majority. Kati nonya comment bannange advice gye muwa omusajja ono w'Embale, ngenda mugamba asome message zino, by the way ngenda mugamba asome message zino. The messages are love sigena zisoma. Can't he just sell the house? Maybe build the rentals elsewhere. That's what I think, Usama. But selling a house is very hard, people. Simanyo becho muchimanyi. Omuntu atunda plot asobola tunda emirundi 10 nga gwe nyumba tonna tunda. Emma bwaba asobola akole plans ya kufuulawo lodge oba motel naye rentals sometimes nabo basumbuwa. Ate by the way, Emma wali ewuwe because waliwo ne resort. Emma ali mu prime location era Martha nze simanyi na kumanya. Bobanga Emma wachaawa omugagga. Emma wali ewuwe wali prime nnyonyo ne bwateekawo lodge akola sente. Naye simanyi oba plani zange zaagira zetwateesaako. Kubanga ye Emma mu ggwanga tabeerera muddala. Okiraba kubanga senga obadde obeerawo osobola okujja n'obanja abapangisa naye Emma mu ggwanga tabeerera muddala. Hi Arthur, greetings from Doha. How is Doha, my brother? Victor Blyce, hello Arthur. They should put it on rent because remember, if you break the house, it's a big loss. Good morning Arthur. Can I get a raffle single? Get there. Francis M, good morning. Emma afuno mukazi amuwase akume ejubali enyumba ye. Ate mumulowooza okuwasa bamalawo wasabwe yebatyo. Uwasa omukazi omuteke mu nyumba gy'otabeera aleetemu abasajja. Ekyo temukimanyi nti abakyala bakikola. Asking about the Toyota Alteza, is it a good car for a young man? The Alteza is actually a good car, but let me tell you, manyiza buli lunaku nkola research. There are two things that there are two reasons why I would not recommend you buy an Alteza. One, the Alteza okujjako ng'oguze ya manual has four gears. It's a 4-speed car. Omanyi ekitegeeza emmotoka ya gear ennyeenyo amafuta ne weebaamu yingini ya beams. That's something I was researching. Enyo okusinga Mark 2 Musota. Mark 2 Musota ya 5 gears. Alteza ya 4 gears. Kitegeeza Alteza egenda kubenywa nnyo okusinga Mark 2. Ekyokubiri, Alteza is not comfortable at all. Okitegeera, Alteza is not comfortable at all. So bw'oba ogenda gula Alteza ekyobeera ng'okimanyi nti Alteza ejja kunywamuko ku mafuta because temalaayo gear. Ekoma ku gear yakuna sinfu. That's how it was made. Okitegeera. So kati ekyobeera ng'okimanyi nti ejja kunywamuko ku mafuta, but it's not a bad car bw'oba ogiguze. Terina kyefa bw'eba mu engine ya beams entuufu. Mumanye nti ne engine ey'amaha naye eraga nti nayo eriko ekigambo beams. But you buy the original beams 2000 engine. Still it will consume a little more than the Mark 2, even the Mark 2 Grand. Enywamuko. Antonio, then I will go with the fielder finally. Good morning Bashir Mukala. About the question Arthur, enju bw'ofuna akuwa sente z'oyagala ogitunda n'ogula. Walala n'omanya nti awo toyinaawo kikwate n'okivaamu. Okutunda kiri better. Which is acceptable to do Uber business? Bare minimum. I think you should have a minimum of 2010. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll ask. From the hub back soon to Uganda, we'll use your service. Want to buy Regias? Any reviews on it? Logistics supply? No, leave the Regias alone. Togula Regias. First of all, Regias enywa nnyo amafuta. Ekyokubi Regias teyina resale value nti bw'onootuuka you want to upgrade ojja kunoonya akuwa sente nga tomulaba. So this is what I would advise. You would buy a new one, the new model, the 2010 model, depending, I don't know how much money you will have, but you would buy a newer, or you would buy a Bagita Alphard, but the newer, I find that the newer would do a better job. Bobo in a sense, because since you're in logistics services, a logistics company, the drone would actually do you better. It works harder and delivers better results, and even gives you, as a company, it gives you better brand, what brand your weight. So I don't know how much money you have for a car, but I think ojiraba drone yeyo tuteri bogula drone bwetyo nekigege yenyini bobanga sente zote sobola drone mulina million nga 2 ogula kigege ngekyayimiridde ekola okusinga Regias resale value eri nti botuuka ngo yagadde oku upgrading, it's better. Then nenuwa 2008 2009 2010 is also a good thing. It's better than you buying a Regias. Regias, no. I would not. At Regias, weba yatanso kusumbwa na yo jevuma. Stanley, Antonio, it's the same thing. I was thinking about the Fielder, has 1.5 liters and 4-wheel drive, yet Wish doesn't have both. The only thing about the Wish is big. Yeah, the Wish a Kuba Fielder in terms of space. But you guys, let me tell you something. Nze badde nkola research. Manyi buli naku nkola. I drove a Vitz 1 liter. I drove a Vitz 1.3 liter. I'm driving a Ractis. Emmotoka ezo zonna zinywa kyeki. Especially bw'oba ovuga bulungi emmotoka ezo zinywa kyekimu. I'm telling you, emmotoka ezo zinywa kyekimu. Zinywa kyekimu. So don't let anyone stop you from buying a 1.8 liter car. Ngagamba 1.5. Good morning, Moses Adams. After talk about Vitz RS, because it's not common. It's not common because it's a sport car, and majority of the people that have it about it, so they literally just drive it. Good morning, Sereko Samuel. Arthur, thanks for these lectures. Indeed, you've changed my life. Seriously, Allah akumpere chosingo kwagala blood. Amina. Chitwala mulinnya lya Yesu Kristo nerya Allah nerya oba Buddha bonna baba balina kye bakola bakigatteko. Mr. Chigoze Stanley, yeah, but there are fielders without four-wheel drive, and to buy a Wish of 1.8, I'd rather go with the 2002-2005 Nova. Yes. Jazzcat, good morning. OSP, good morning. Compare for me a Mac X 2010 model and Primo of the same year. Kawundo 2.4 liters, RAV4 of the same engine size. Which one is better? Me, any day I'll drive the RAV4. I drive the Kawundo. The RAV4 is not as comfortable as the Kawundo, but if I have hard work to do, the RAV4 would do better. Then Mac X 2010 and Primo, take the Primo because the Primo consumes better fuel. It retains much of its value, a lot of it. Actually, the Primo yemoroka jogule million ya 2 oba oguze bulungi n'ogitunda 21. The same thing goes with the Toyota Alex, Toyota iliya yomoroka kyawe iliya oche waliwo emoroka ezimu osobola ogigula sente zayo n'ogitunda even more. Kyekiri ku RAV4s okitegeera nti emoroka ezo ogigula sente zo n'ogitunda ezo ze wagigula or even more. Okitegeera. So as you buy cars, that's why sometimes omuntu nze bwaba azogula emoroka nange, I advise them kamba nyumiza akabozi, ngenda banyumiza akabozi ka inspection gye twakoze yesterday. Arthur, did you change your perspective about the whole Uber business? Do you think it's profitable? I don't think it's profitable. It's just that me I had a Corolla and nenfunira omwana omulimu akola sente nange nampe zange omuntu atalina kiddako. You guys, Hassan, the Uber business is for a person that atalina kiddako. I would not recommend someone that has 20 million to invest it in a car akole Uber. With 20 million no in a business gyosobola okola etali Uber gyoboteekamu sente zo. Okitegeera nze moroka yange nagirekawo because nasalawo kebeerewo enkolere sente nga noli bwe mufunidde omulimu which has so far worked out and on time ate naye ayina savings. Okitegeera ye ng'omuntu ayina savings which is good. Ye ng'omuntu he has been able to save money for himself nange ansasula mu budde, which is a very good thing. Kisingako okubeerawo nga toyina kikola kiddako. So omuntu atalina kiddako avuge Uber, naye bw'oba olina ekiddako Uber gireke. Victor Baise, Arthur, talk about Vitz RS nakimaze ekyo. This opinion, by the way. Okay. Good morning, Johnson Lubinga. Query Akim, good morning. Arthur, me, I used to sweep someone's compound to get a chance to ride a bike. Some traits are inherent with some parents. Hey, Arthur, adding more on your point. Right now, I'm in my 30s. What I invest in Michigan, I don't feel so bad because I know I can still hustle and replace something else. Now, remember, years are moving also. True. But you don't stop. Like recently, there is a big loss that I've done. But I'm not going to be there and bitch about it because it's part of life. Next organization, like Coca-Cola. You remember Coca-Cola brought the product. You buy a Fuse Tea. Muju jukira. Mumanyi said Coca-Cola ze yafirwa mu Fuse Tea. Never jijjayo katali. Ochitegera Fuse Tea nga Wizi Tea. Mumujukira. Even big businesses by investing in stuff and they make losses and they don't bitch about it. They move on. Never mind. Now let's do something else. The messages are my. So if I happen to reach in my 50s what I have is what will be available. Either I will never regret that I never tried. So munangi. Sometimes I don't blame most people. Stanley, as you try, by the way, what the two governments try. As you try, I would recommend to also be very mindful about where you try. Don't make big losses. You don't get a lot of money no investing omurundi gumu simply because you're trying. Bobo ina milioni 5 tandika ngo okozesako 10 zoze nyiri zisokezi zale business ogirabe ngezaala oliyoko jongeremu 10 endala zizale oliyokora boba wetaago jongera mu kuba business ezadde ina 10 bojongera mu 2 ate zezaala zijikuza notayongeramu okitegeera. So Stanley, I would tell you to be careful. I'm being very careful with where I'm putting my money. Yes, I lose money, but in the end, I can lose money now and I make it back next month. What's that? Why? So we have just seen another artist. So literally, when you have money, buy another boot, put it on your car. Katinganze wengendo koro lwalero. Oberengo echo chimaze. Okitegeera. So njagala gisaka, I actually want to put my old boot mu studio wali tubenga tugirabangako. Njitekeko ebigambo ebiri attractive. Sente bakola nkole. Atuddemu eno leni. Niba nanga basajja ba boda, omusajja wa boda ndiye mabega mulabe mu side mirror ngali mu kutunulira kikazi bali wakku. Ngata tunudde jalaga. Nganze nkyusa nzire mu leni naye nga yali mu kutunulira kikazi bali wakku. OSP English kale. They think he should rent the house out. After afuna sente mmeko omwezi nga salary, we can then tell him. Zo sente zafuna, I don't know, but he's a government employee. The person that we were talking about who was transferred in Bali, he's a government employee. So even if he doesn't get a lot of money, government employees can get unsecured loans and all that. So I think government employees work alone with the unsecured loans that they can get. So he's secretive about how much money he makes, but he's in a big position. So I'm thinking he makes about 3 million a month, 3 to 5. That's my suspicion because I'm in position in Nene. He's in a big position. So he makes between 3 to 5 million. This used to be my petrol station 101. Mama bano ina mwaka sentence julize ku petrol station agenda julizanga kama mafuta. I used to fill my tank from here a long time ago. Ngasina bagenda mu kyalo. This place it normally has some of the best rates in town when you're buying fuel. Bana yoro guy yatundanga mafuta ngachali ku campus ne kakati wali. Guy aruddewo bannange tayinza kunzijikira lenze mumujikiza. Je bali baba. Mbulako kota tanka ne ejjuzaawo. Bwe kikona ngo jam. Kati muntu nulide bannange. How are you my people? They don't get uploading episode 3 of the Traffic and Road Safety Act. That's okay, 90 chize ku 0. Chize ku 0 katika katulabe kota zejjuzaawo. Like you said, selling a house is really hard. For me till now, until to have other kids. Let him do a massage parlor. Those things move very fast. A guy has a massage parlor in Akura. After let him turn the house into rental. Selling is not a viable option in Uganda. Here business is tricky. Weza msampu chitundu kari? Weze? Pay the man. Ezita muzizo. Have me a receipt. You give me money. Leader, come message business is tricky in Uganda. True. Kare. I tell you guys, one thing you need to understand is that selling a house in Uganda is not as easy as selling. Urabane plot yenyini esala. Omuntu natunda plot. That's why normally I tell people, toying a business yo otamanyinga si business yo. If it's not your business, don't enter it because ejja kusaluka abe nokaba. okitegeera kambazze ku bbala eno share batagimanyi esheru ye wa Bakuli. It's one of the, it has the best rates in town. Ever babaira cheaper by like 100 shillings okitegeera. So nywedewo for memory's sake nade njara kunywa yesterday night, but because it was late maba nangamba ojja kunywa ekyamafuta, so saze munga tekera awo for memory okujjukira. Now you guys that have bought cars with me, I've always told you emoro kiteke mu full tank. Why? It gives you peace of mind. Emoro kanebwezikira all of a sudden at least omanya si mafuta okitegeera, omanya si mafuta. At least ojja kumanya si mafuta enkuba nerabika enyiikidde. I'm going to read your comments. Semanya natera okutuuka wendaga tujira tunyumya. Nayenga all in all guys, boboli in your 30s right now, this is the time for you to start being a little bit careful about where you invest your money. Be a little bit more careful. Invest, take risks, but being that we are in Uganda, Nadarangoli Uganda, you're investing in Uganda, be very careful. Me, I'm very careful about where I put my money. Yes, I lose money sometimes, but I don't lose money simply because I made the wrong decisions. No, I lose money because probably sometimes it was the wrong timing, or sometimes someone got there before me. Because Katinzengari mu entertainment industry, if said I put my money in Mubivuru, if said I put my money in films, I put my money in TV shows, so there are chances that you can invest in a film and it was bad timing, and stuff like that. So you don't literally lose money because you could control. So there are people that can control. There are people that can control what happens to their money. If you can control what happens to your money, like wobochi money nti oli musubuzi, I would not recommend for you to kusubula seasonal goods. Okitegeera very late. Bobanga katugeze it ogenda subula bintu bya Christmas bisubule in like November. Ubere nabyo so that December agenda okutuka gwasoko kubisa katali. Timing is very important. Tokwata bintu ate no bisubula in the middle of December. Bija kusala because people start seeing those things at the beginning of December, end of November. Which timing is very important. Then echirala. Sometimes you need to mitigate losses. Nze I pay consultants. Nze sina kintu kyengulanga tekuli consultant. Techiri yo ate musasula. Why am I paying that person? Because whenever you're purchasing something, loss jokole yinza obutajijjayo. Nabawo example ya obi wange yagana okumpasenza pre-purchase inspection. Nagula akamoro ke million mwenda nakavuga omwezi kumu nakatunda 5 ngata akongedde mwezi okukakanika karawumo old model. Okitegeera eh? So you need to be very very careful, especially when you're making purchases. That's why sometimes nze wemba ngenda okugula plot, I can even pay a valuer. Nemwa consultation naja na valuing a plot yettaka eryo to make sure that I'm buying at the right moment, because a valuer would even tell you that 3 years from now this plot will be worth this much, 4 years from now this plot will be worth this much. Gwe nogulanga okimanyi nti plot gyenguze sente zenjiguze ezo era musasula nagenda ku plot nangamba bagiguza 10 nayo nagigula 8 ne baga. That's why I keep telling you guys, ogenda gula moroka ya milioni 2 na yo ate owudde okusasula pre-purchase inspection y'emitwalo 4 kikume yesterday mani yankubira luli n'ata bookinga namugamba bookinga n'agaana bookinga. So yankubira luli 3 days ago yankubira n'addamu nankubira the day before he was going to buy ne mugamba okay nze ninida. So I didn't even book the mechanic because nali sinafuna sente. So when he called me finally in the morning yangambye nzija nva mitiyana mugamba okay bona tuke kampala ne esooka wane ewange ku office tuve wano ffena. So he did not do that. So what he did was he went to Nakawa before then when he went to Nakawa n'alaba ye moroka n'avaayo he went to Bakuli okitegeera n'alyoka nkubira nga ali wa Bakuli ne muga soko otekeko deposit ku simu yange ndalo zimpe nga ntuusa awo. So what he did, he deposited 50,000. Then I called the mechanic namukubidde nga ali mu kibuga n'avuga n'ajja wendi nitugenda moroka yange. We went to Bakuli. Now when we went to Bakuli, because I was calling this gentleman ngesimu ye, it has a callback tune of a big business ekola in chicken feeds and all that Biankoko. So I called him and when we got there he told me they were planning to buy a Paso, a Vitz, And they had cash payment of 10 million. Okay? Naye nga paso babaguza paso ya million 13 cash. Banje baya 15. Okitegeera. Vits nga babaguza Vits, the Vits old model, the RS, which I did not actually check. I did not know how healthy it was. Nga bagibaguza at 13 million was cash. I didn't know it banje babi abadimeka. And so that's basically what it was. So now you can look at me, Jenny. That's basically what it was. And when I got there, I asked him what are you going to use the car for, and he told me to drive myself. But sometimes I drive eggs around. Sometimes I drive chicken around. Was taking, and the first question I asked him, so what is the person going to do for you? What is the person going to do for you? Now, ideally, if you paid me for pre-purchase inspection, I would just come and inspect your parcel until you take the parcel. It's for me. It would make my work easy. Otwadde mitwalo jana katukole omulimu ogwo mangu 30 minutes tugambe twale your parcel nungi you go, because bali babadde bakkiriza no bawola, then nga babawoza ninuwa the nuwa bili ebili baba wa nuwa milioni bagibaguza 16 I think kati. But ngata omuntu ono ali very cautious about fuel consumption. Okitegeera. Now the nuwa, to be honest, are very fuel cautious or even maintenance cautious. Nuwa nga ddala ng'ovuga mu byalo nuwa eyinza okukumenyamu. Okitegeera. Ono omusajja no yayimiridde okupakinga mu kifo kyange. Apakinga mu kifo kyange n'agenda n'atuula emabega mu mmotoka ye. Abantu abajja ne balinda abantu ng'oli driver temupakinga mu reserve depot. Nina teekawo akapande. Nayige mmotoka namala omulundi ogwo njijja luwii gumu nempakinga nenkimala sikiddanamu. So what I to say, then I asked him, okay, what are you going to use the car for? And then when I asked him, what is the person going to do for you? Because that's an honest question. Mbibuuza buli muntu gwe nkolera inspection. Why do I ask those questions? I ask those questions because that's why you pay me. You don't simply pay me to inspect a car. You pay me to also help you make the right decision. And the right decision wasn't the parcel. However good it was, babadde babaguza parcel yabadde waka ku UBH bagiguze milioni 13 cash money, ebanja 15. Very wrong decision, because you can get a new parcel from the bond at 20. Okitegeera. So why would you buy a parcel eri ku UBH milioni 15 kalibe banja? So the first thing I told this guy, like I always tell you, bwoba ogenda gule moroka ye banja, ekisooka kwolora ennyini lwogule moroka, you lose money. Why? Naddala ng'oguze ku muntu akwongeddemu, like the person that we bought the Mark 2 grand with, tebamwongeramu yadde 10. Okitegeera. Naye bw'ogenda n'ogulanga mu kibanda, omukibanda emoroka bwe baba bagitunda cash milioni 10, ebbanja ligenda ba 10 na mmeka? 12. So bwe baguze moroka y'ebbanja ne bakwongeramu milioni 2, there and then you're losing 2 million, because you have bought a car at more than what it's worth. There and then you're losing how much? 2 million. Omusajja nambuza ate kati mba nduzinga. Ngamba wo luzinze. Because moroka omuntu w'ekibala gyatuna milioni 10, kitegeeza ebweru baya milioni nga 9 oba 8. Okitegeera? Kitegeeza you have lost 2 plus 2. You are losing 4 million. Bwe moroka eri ebweru mu kibanda eba ya bbeeyi mu. So you're losing 4 million. Naye bwe baguze cash, you're losing 2 million, which is okay, because the moroka ogiguze mu kibanda, that's acceptable. Naye kati you're losing 4 million. Naye bagambe ekyokubiri, paso gy'ogula gy'otwala emitiiyana eyinza obutawangaala. You guys, you need to ask yourselves, why do parcels lose a lot of value in a very short time? Why are people struggling to get rid of the parcels? Zegamba musajja atudde mu moroka yange muno n'agamba emmotoka eno I not succeed, by the way, I not succeed over 2014. Naye atudde mu moroka yange n'agamba oba ntunde succeed yange moroka yono omusajja obanga atudde mu nnyonyi. And by the way, bino ebintu si kwesoma. Yatudde mu moroka I not succeed 2014. Yatudde mu moroka yange n'agamba moroka ya atobanga atudde mu nnyonyi. Kakati mugenda kwagala okujogituulamu. Mwenze ebintu byenkole moroka zange mujesonyo no jesonyiwa. Ebintu byenkole moroka zange eba ya muleme njukira batamuddemu ka SC ene mabaga bali mukula ba filimu kwegamba comfort eri mu moroka enoze bye nakole mu moroka byonna mujesonywe mugirekero gireka kyembanga nagisako n'olugi butu saga ajono na moroka yange bwenjitula mu mbera comfortable bwenjitula ke bwerumba comfortable kwegamba ngampya bupya. So lindako kanso meyo ka comment wano ngende maso n'embozi Giafuna transfer mbali jagendo okubeera for the rest of his life. If yes, let him sell the property. If no, atekemu mpangisa as it is. Don't partition it because hope you come back. Ati kati nze ashimu nze chemba dendowoza nze mukulabo okwange abapangisa nyumba bazikola ebintu baziteekamu ebintu okitegeera. I would recommend kubanga government job jaina he can get a loan anytime nazimbe nyumba ewalala. Nze abasajja kibabadde bagamba nakibayinze nti senga enyumba ya partitioning anamanya nti kuba ina plot 3 kitegeza ne bwasigazawo plot emu asobola okudda later on nazimba we nyumba kubanga ne fashion zichuka kati bwakwatako plot 2 nazizimbamu emizigo nalekamu abapangisa plot emu najirekawo nagamba yo plot yange nja kuzimbamu nyumba bwe nabankoze eki nkoyinzi jembeerawo. It would make much more sense. Namanya nti enyumba njitadde okitegera enyumba gyopangisizo oyinza okudda nga you can't be comfortable in that house because we're not okubeera mugenda tandika gi renovating na biki so nga ate osobola okudda n'ozimba ennyumba y'empya n'obeera n'emirembe gyo. Hi Eddie Pro, Matembe Abdunasa, selling the house is better because sometimes it even has memories. It is better agitunde afune ewalala to move on for better. Arthur, don't think it's easy for us men seeing a house mwobadde ne family. True. Twagala sente tetwagala tunnyonnyola twagala sente trends world media mwagala fena twagala sente. Morning Arthur, thank you for the advice, always God bless you. Amina. Johnson Rubinga, person I really appreciate your views on general life. Like yesterday Arthur, I enjoyed the topic, is marriage still important? Bandang, it was so educative. Amina. Chris Da Vinci agamba, turning that house into separate rentals will not only affect the beauty of the house but it also its value. He should rent it out at once as a family house. Even the money will have no difference. Okay. So Chitoleko Brian, good morning. David Sembatia, good morning from Dubai. Emaga Matembe, apart from memories, I really love that house because of the area and the environment is in. And being invested much, which I don't think I can get back. True. What do we say about investing mu nyumba? Ngomuntu ayinza kuwa sente zo ngabo wazisaawo. I was watching Donald Trump interview. He lost property 3 times in divorce. He kept on trying until he got a right partner. Never give up. Amina. Arthur, I want to buy a super custom. Advice, leave it alone. Buy a Chigege. I know the super custom is comfortable. It's tempting. Artistically good Noah over Alphard because those are much more modern cars. Arthur, UBL has the worst batteries in Uganda. I bought chloride battery in January, but I can't keep charge for 3 days. Is it for solar? Jeremy, is it for solar? Sinachitegeera. Is it for solar? Mama bani akukozeko ku mafuta. Mama bani achikoze. Arthur, I want to learn photography and videography. Do you have training programs in your company? I would actually recommend because we don't teach that. No. I find Nzenga Arthur, I have a lot of conviction, by the way. I have a lot of conviction. I don't want to get into a place of training someone something that I know. That's why I've not introduced those technical programs like editing, because from those places. If you want to learn photography, the best thing for you to do is get someone that is really good, or musasuri, or kole naye under apprenticeship. Okitegeera. Ofuna omuntu katugezenga bobo yagala kuyiga kufuba bifananyi byambaga ngaakoleje emikolo gyembaga musasule. Akusabe milioni emuji muwe ogule ne kamera yo okubenga ebifaananyi naye ng'okola naye mu business ye. Kitegeeza you're not only learning the photography bit but you're also learning the business part as an apprentice. Naye ng'omusasule, it's the best mu bintu ebiri technique ebyo, editing, photography, videography is the best thing for you to do. Ne bw'onoogenda mu ssomero kitoyina by'ogenda kuyigayo by'amaanyi. That's why me I don't have those technical courses. Ekisooka abantu abayinza obutakusomesa the business. And that's the difference with our courses as far as acting, directing. We even teach you the business side of it. Netukolera nokola ne practical. Nti omwana agenda okuva waffe nga akoze TV show pilot agi submeetings challenges zonna zonna azirabe akoze short film the business side. Kati nze nyiza obutasobola kuwa the business side of photography, that's why I don't have it. Nyiza obutasobola kuwa the business side of editing, that's why I don't have it. Okitegeere? So me my recommendation would be funa omuntu akola ekintu ng'omwegomba byakola ogenda otule nayo mugambe mbadde njagala kunjigiriza nsobola okusasula. Omusasule sente zakusabye okole naye make sure you have your equipment because whenever to ina equipment ojabona abona bwo yagala kuyiga photography editing and photography shooting and editing gula computer so okola editing ogule camera ogende ngokuba ebifaananyi no editing nawe business yo tan ko developing aga tonna vibe bwo yagala kola business okola pre-purchase inspection ya bajaji nedda tukisize kola kuba sizitegeera nja kuba nkubba bubbi. Mitchell Selector, good morning. Matthias Ariatuijuka, good morning. Nathan, sorry. Ben Kako, good morning. Bana imwe bali kubera ku broadcast. Kansubira broadcast yali question Friday banyo midday. Tuyizemu video eno ngenda jiwo omwami oyo wembale na yagirabe na yafunemu. Okitegeera kuba tupikinga mu ebirowoozo by'abantu abangi. Tupikinga mu nyo. It's and that conversation sparked also the discussion ne mama Abba naffe tulinayo obuntu bwafeeyo bwe twagala okutereza mukati because twakoze mathematics nga ina bwagattagatta tulinayo obuntu bwaffe buli mu prime location kati naffe twatandise obulowooleza okitegeera. So bana guys kansoma amanya atemba siibule tusime Eddie Bridget Kakai Waboyi Nelson Muyombya Mark Mugalasi Joshua, Martha Director, Martha Academy, Paul Sema, Mr. Richie Yuji, Moses Heath, King Daniels, Prosi Bravo, Sanji Phone Solutions, Derek Lule, Travel Life Vlog, Semosu Wilba, Chigozi Stanley, Mukesa Emma, Chisembo Jojo, Council Patrick Asiku, Cosmas Agaba, Wakula Johnson, Hassan Namogera, Banange Kola Pre-Purchase Inspection, Mumpe Business, Ntunda Ka Trackers, Tracker yemtwala satumweta neyana mwetano ka alarms mitwala abiri mugumu Semos Wilbo banko ogede Travel Life Vlog Adrian Mugerwa Chisembo Jojo Nakumaze Balvids Antonio Studio 93 JK Art and Music Ronald Muchwa Augustine Blues Krista Vinci Hajara Mubiru Abdurrahim Hashim, Lucky Mose, Nsereko Starch, Mosisi Gerald, Jombwe Juma, Bana imwe bari contributions and thank you very much. Joseph Bali Kudeme. Namwa bali mukamola I don't take you for granted. Talimwa Samuel. Usama Hassan. Logistic Supply Chain, Victor Bassi, Agaba Francis M, Mulinda Mark, Bashir Mukalazi, muroza ndo siba mazeyo nganda bamanya giga, Moses Adams, Nsereko Samuel, Matembe Abdur Nasa, Jazz Cats, OSP, Hajara, Ntale Samuel, Bakwiri Akim, Bana imwe bari kubera. Thank you for being part of this broadcast. Today I'm uploading episode 3 of the Traffic and Road Safety Act, and then I think will it be Sunday I'll upload episode 4. Luis Musanje, Michael, Brian Wanyama, Eddie Pro, Trends Media, Rogers Mukwaya, Johnson Lubinga, Sechitoreko Brian, David Sembatia, Jeremy, Nathan, Matthias Ariatuijuka, ngenda kunjukiza okusoma amanya amazibu. Mitchell Selector, Sechitoreko Brian nakumaze. Steve Barros, yes. abane mwe bali kubeerawo. I can do training for photography at 1.5 million. Owulidde abadde ayagala okuyiga photography who was asking. Trends World, Eddie program asobola okuyigiriza photography. Asobola okuyigiriza. So if you're interested, you can. Eddie Pro, is your fee bargainable? Can he bargain a little? Because kasente ako oyinza omusanga abadde taka planning ng'agala genda wasomera mitwalo 3-5 okitegeera. So naye ndowooza okitegedde kye mbadde nkugamba muganda wange, it's better for you to learn some things. Trends World, they are better you learn from someone. It's like how I can say nti makanika asobola ogende musomero osome okukanika emmotoka. Ojja kugenda mu theory omusome mu class bakutwala simanya practical, naye weesange ng'omwana ali mu garage era akusinga. So it's best n'ogenda lumu mu garage theory n'omwesomesa, because theory yo osobola omwesomesa naye nga practical yenzibu, because the practical you even know the business. Is it also raining? Yes, no one enkuba etonya. But hey guys, kamba sibule, I'll see you tomorrow evening, because tomorrow's broadcast ya evening enchangenda kubeera wakanja kubamba mu gym, I'm thinking. Then we can also do that. Then buli Sunday bana gym njikuba ne Chris Fitness ankoze saamu kyembamula anti kati body etandise okujenga. Chris Fitness is an instructor, by the way. So abantu bambeera Matuga, mbeera Kawanda, you can always come and join us. For gym Chris Fitness yali agalaza bay ne muganze gym ezange ngenda muza 3. Yeah, tugenda gym yaffe tugenda mu yankumi 3 ne tukola musa ababeere Kawanda Matuga. You can always join us on Sunday. Tukola sub between sawa 8 ne 10. Tukola sub 1 hour strictly. So you can come and join us. You can inbox me ku WhatsApp ne tujja ne tukikubamu. Kawesi pito osobola okufuna ipsam ya 1.8 not eriyo. Zonna za 2 liter. Yeah. So my guy kamba sibule, I wish you a very lovely Friday. Temwera bitakundetera mirimu ja pre-purchase inspection kungulako tracker ne n'okundetera abaana. By the way, mu February ngenda kuba nsomesa digital marketing. I'll be doing a digital marketing class every month starting February. Ya mitwala 3. You come and learn general marketing concepts and digital marketing. Very, very, very powerful course. Ya mitwala 3, so you can enroll for the mutani classes tandikanga munana Feb. So you can enroll, you can inbox me nenkwe number ya admin wafe, and you talk to her, know about how you can enroll in that. May God bless you guys. I'll see you tomorrow evening. Ciao.